Hello, my dear ambient music friends. Good morning. Good morning, all of you that follow Shivadas Ambient. Good morning to all of you that play guitar or are musicians, all of you who are just creative people. Thank you all for gathering today. Let's first have a moment of silence for the recently and dearly departed. Thank you all for gathering here today. We're gathered here today to honor my dear friend Mac, who passed away Thursday evening. This past Thursday, it was a typical day. Did some chores around the house, did a little yoga, decided to go down into my music practice space in my basement, and Mac and I played some ambient music. We were just starting to work on some real ambient music, some pieces of music with melodies and things like that we're kind of working on. Mac has always been with me, providing some background sounds. And we finished our little session, about an hour or so session, and we came back up here into my office space. And later on that evening, on Thursday evening, I tried to wake Mac up, but Mac had passed. Mac Book was a good friend of mine, but I'm very grateful that Mac Book passed in its sleep while it was sleeping. I did try to resuscitate Mac on Friday morning. I took Mac in my arms very gently, her beautiful body, to a mall nearby where I hoped that they could revive my beautiful friend Mac. It was the Apple store. A very nice gentleman helped me, spent a couple of hours with me trying to revive Mac, but to no avail. Mac was sadly gone. And not only was she gone, but all of my settings for my apps and everything had also passed with her. So I had no other option than to replace my dear friend Mac Book with a brand new MacBook Pro computer. So here it is. My new MacBook, still in the box. I haven't taken it out yet. You know, for many of you that use Apple products, you know, it's like almost like a spiritual experience when we first unpackage the computer out of the box that it comes in, and we first turn it on, and then all of a sudden this glow of life comes into being. So I'm waiting for just the right moment to bring my new MacBook Pro to life, and I hope that she lasts me for a long time. It was a pretty expensive purchase, but I did get a little bit better one than my last Mac, who just recently passed, sadly. I was hoping that I could get another couple of years out of my old MacBook, but she was born in 2019, and I know that's like 80 years in human life for a computer. So I've got a lot of work to do now. I've got to get this thing fired up, get it set up, and I have to reinstall my MainStage app, my Analog Pro app, which is the software that I've been using recently, as many of you know, since I got my Arturia Mini 3 keyboard, my Mini Lab 3. And I'm probably going to install Logic Pro on my machine too, so I can do some recording when I'm traveling. On my old Mac, all I had really on there was MainStage and the Analog Lab Pro software. I did have some other pieces of software that I use when we stream our yoga classes. There's a couple of other pieces of software like OBS and a piece of software for our Blackmagic Design video switcher. But that's pretty much all I had on it. I didn't have it connected to iCloud or anything like that. I just would use it exclusively for streaming and for music. So I do have to do some setup, and I'm going to have to re-upload all those my music software apps, and I've lost all my settings of all my favorite sounds. So I've got to redo all that. Shouldn't be too hard, but it's a sad day, and I was really hoping to get a little bit more life out of that Mac, because I've used it for really most of my my time doing ambient music. I started playing ambient music in 2018 in some yoga classes, but I wasn't using a laptop then. I simply had another little small synthesizer that I used. I can't even remember the name of that synthesizer now. I'll put it on the screen. So I used that, and I used my harmonium, and I was just using my acoustic guitar, my Taylor acoustic guitar. I did have it plugged in to our PA system, and I had it running through a Fishman acoustic delay, and I also had a Fishman sound modeler, some sort, I can't remember what it was called, and that's all I had. So in 2019, after I got my this most recently deceased MacBook Pro, I discovered MainStage. As a matter of fact, somebody told me about MainStage, so I started to use MainStage, and then that kind of opened up a new world of possibilities. And then, of course, I ended up getting my electric guitar. I hadn't had an electric guitar in many years. I bought my Gibson SG and played that for quite a while, and then eventually I got my PRS custom 6-string electric guitar, and then of course most recently I have the PRS baritone. But that MacBook has been with me since pretty much the beginning of my my exploration of ambient music. So it'll be interesting to see how this one works out. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just have to do a little bit of work to get it set up. So let's all have another moment of silence. Please send some prayers out to my dear friend MacBook, wherever she may be now, wherever her electrons and her digital imprint is right now after it leaves her body. Let's hope that she's moving towards the light. And I'll take a few more hours to mourn her, and then I'm going to spend some time and get excited about my new MacBook Pro. I'm not excited about the price that I'm paying for it. I did take it out on 12 monthly interest-free payments, but I'm excited to have a new laptop. So maybe I'll bring you back at another time as I'm getting that set up and stuff like that. So, all right, my friends, See you next time. Keep being creative. Keep making music. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.